Support local music.
Local music.
They do a lot with local music.
Support local music.
Very diverse as far as the music they play a lot of local stuff.
This is Megaphone Local.
There's a lot of good music out there that doesn't get any attention.
You can hear anything on here, and I love that, you know.
Support local music.
This is Megaphone Local, an 89.1 The Bash local music radio production.
Sleep in the morning, ignore light from your window. Glow through your eyelids, streaks of red in the shadow. Sharing the sunlight with the ones that eclipse you. They're blind when you're in pain, and they're deaf when you say so. Show me a beacon that can shine under floodlights. Cross on the front door, X's over the street signs. Peace to the far wall, put your back to the corner. Ache in your fingers, creeping up into your spine. And every day, it takes a different shape. Locking my eyes and now I can't look away. You found me so far from where you landed. Bullets in your teeth, but empty-handed. Evil as a place I knew I'd find it. In between the roots of everything I know. Cling to the switchblade that you take when you leave home. The fear that you let show when you're sure that you're alone. Digging your nails into your forearm to stay up. You hate what they show you and you fear what you don't know. And every day I hope the joy that they take comes back to all the fathers them to the grave. You found me so far from where you landed. Bullets in your teeth, but empty-handed. Evil as a place I knew I'd find it. In between the roots of everything I know. Show me the lights of your eyes. Bloodshot behind peppermint sharp. I know you know it. Scales on my skin, I'm not afraid to show it. Temperature's making my heart start to beat. Scales on my skin and my tongue to my cheek. Pull me down as fast as you can, 'cause it's just another way to the top. I'm pumping the brakes, yeah, just like I should. But now there's no way that I can stop. I can stop. And I can't.
If you like what you heard, you can hear this band at 97 Flood at Fuchsia Fest 2025. Right after the break, that was their track, Sawing. Up next from the Louisville, Kentucky-based emo band is Gin. This is 97 Flood with Gin right here on Megaphone Local.
Let me be just a little bit spiteful. Let me grit my teeth for a while. I'm in the train. I'm in the train. I'm in the train. Why should I force a smile? My mouth full of chimney pile. I'm in the train. I'm in the train. I'm in the train. Let your light shine in the sacrifice your money for the sake of fun. Sacrifice your livelihood when the job is done. Under, over, between. Under, over, between. I know you can't fool me. I know you can't. How many countries it's gonna take? Can't go back on this mistake. So let me be just a little bit spiteful. Let me drink my tea for a while. I'm in the drink. I'm in the drink. I'm in the drink. I'm in the drink. And why should I force a smile? My mouth full of chimney pile. I'm in the drink. I'm in the drink. I'm in the drink. I'm in the sacrifice your money for the sake of fun. Sacrifice your livelihood when the job is done.
Alternative music.
Today's hit alternative.
Alternative music.
89.1 The Bash.
Up next on the program was A Modest Proposal. That was their track Arson. Up next for the alternative music band out of the state of Indiana, it's Watering Dead Plants by A Modest Proposal. And then more music coming up right here on Megaphone Local. We are promoting all of these wonderful artists performing at Fuchsia Fest 2025. Alternative and indie right here on 89.1 The Bash.
Eyes wide
Once again, A Modest Proposal, wrapping it up for hour number 1 with their track Silver Hair. Once again, A Modest Proposal out of the state of Indiana, making alternative music. Let's kick it to hour number 2 and keep it legal right here on 89.1 The Bash. You are listening to the local music program Megaphone Local.
From Wabash Valley College, this is 89.1 The Bash. WVJC, Mount Carmel.
Support local music.
Local music.
They do a lot with local music.
Support local music.
Very diverse as far as the music they play a lot of local stuff.
This is Megaphone Local.
There's a lot of good music out there that doesn't get any attention.
You can hear anything on here, and I love that, you know.
Support local music.
This is Megaphone Local, an 89.1 The Bash local music radio production.
Hour number 2 of Megaphone Local has officially begun, and we're going to kick it off with the Fairfield, Illinois-based band Legally Sheila, making a mix of shoegaze, grunge, and alternative music. This is And Sparks Will Fly. Right here on Megaphone Local, hour number 2 of the show is officially underway.
My body's getting colder. Just give me a shoulder. Just let me get closer. Had sex on the sofa. Put pills in my soda. Pills make me throw up.
Right before this one, you heard And Sparks Will Fly from the Fairfield, Illinois-based band Legally Sheila. And you just heard their newest track, Puppet, also from the band Legally Sheila out of Fairfield, Illinois. Thanks to the guys from Legally Sheila for having their music on the air. Let's keep it rolling in hour number 2 here with Early Morning. This is Pisces Dream.
I am Sloan Struble, aka Dayglow.
Today's hit alternative.
More music from the band Early Morning here on Megaphone Local. That was their newest track, Mischief. A short break and right back to it here on the local music program on 89.1 The Bash, Megaphone Local. Many young athletes desire a future in athletics, but don't want to risk missing out on a career later in life. Why not combine the two? Take a look at the sports marketing and media degree offered at Wabash Valley College. Students in the sports marketing and media program will have opportunities to learn broadcasting and announcing techniques, log around 100 hours of real-world experience each semester, and even have the opportunity to visit ESPN production facilities. Start your future in sports marketing or broadcasting today by visiting iecc.edu/WVC. Be a leader. Be a warrior.
Join us for the Nick Hart Show, our weekly talk with the head coach of the Gibson Southern Titans, Nick Hart. We'll talk all things Gibson Southern Titan football. It airs Wednesday nights at 7 right here on 89.1 The Bash. You can also find the show on our website, bashradio.com. The Nick Hart Show, a presentation of the Gibson Southern Football Boosters right here on 89.1 The Bash, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Hey, this is Maggie Rogers.
I'm Gigi Perez.
I'm Josiah from The Head and the Heart.
You're listening to 89.1 The Bash. Today's hit alternative.
Try to see yonder eyes.
from the shoegaze psychedelic punk band out of Evansville, Indiana. That was Stella with Hope and Fear. Up next, it's Stella with Cry Bully, right here on today's hit alternative radio station 89.1 The Bash. This is Megaphone Local.
The Bash.
WVJC Mount Carmel, Illinois.
A Wabash Valley College broadcasting station.
Ladies and gentlemen.
More alternative.
We're back to music.
The set laid bare. Hollow words, a blinding stare. grip slits vestigial ear. Decide what's good and what's to fear. Circumstantial overstated declarations proclaim you're the best dressed in the room. Inflating, cabareting, jolly irritating. Take a clue, find a mirror, hero. This party favor reeks of imposition. Vice heaped upon us lesser men. And I could proffer a proposition. You to keep it in your that ostentatious silken scarf. Clashes with your gripping heart. The roving eyes of Belshazzar. Can I read the rhythm of pain? Take home my fate. You have been waiting for what you get. What is by the jumps at the gate? Is this all your offering? I thought you'd come up with something better to eat. Wait, loud and found wanting. Learning on, turning the dogs, rolling.
From the Evansville-based band Together in Dust, that was Wade Found Wanting. They will also be performing at Fuchsia Fest 2025 this year. A short break and more music from Together in Dust is on the way. But again, a short break and right back to the music here on 89.1 The Bash.
Dreaming of a career behind the mic? Wabash Valley College offers an outstanding radio program that can help you do just that. Learn from industry professionals, get hands-on experience, and become part of our Bash family. Tune in to 89.1 The Bash to hear our students in action and imagine yourself on the airwaves. Ready to start your journey? Visit Wabash Valley College today and explore the opportunities waiting for you. Your future in radio starts here at Wabash Valley College, where your voice matters.
89.1 The Bash and Megaphone Local are proud to be a sponsor of Fuchsia Fest 2025 in Evansville. Hear live music from bands and artists like House and Home, I Hate It Too, Sign Language, Troubled Minds, The Sewing Club, 97 Flood, A Modest Proposal, Shatterhand, Early Morning, Truck, Stella, Together in Dust, Shallow, Woeboy, Arachnophobia, and Wyvern Blue for the Alternative Showcase. Tickets and more information can be found at fuchsia.bigcartel.com or at the Fuchsia Collective on social media. That's Fuchsia Fest 2025 at 321 North Congress Avenue on September 26th through the 27th in Evansville.
This is Roy English from Jaguar Twin.
Hey, what up, guys? We're almost Monday.
Hey, I'm Nick.
What's going on? I'm Austin.
We play in a band called Beach Weather.
89.1 The Bash.
The
Right after the break, their newest single, Claw. That was Together in Dust with Claw right here on Megaphone Local. Keeping it rolling here in hour number 2 of the program is Shatterhand with their track Peace of Mind.
Stay
From the alternative rock band out of the great state of Indiana, that was Of Porcelain from Shatterhand. Thanks to the guys for being on the program. We're going to kick it next to Fumble Incorporated. This is Girl Talk.
Tell me things that I don't wanna know.
That was Fumble Incorporated with their track Everything right here on Megaphone Local. Fumble Incorporated is out of the Evansville, Indiana, Henderson, Kentucky, Owensboro, Kentucky based area. They kind of play an indie alt rock vibe with some punk and some vintage influences mixed within their music. And again, the last two tracks you heard were Girl Talk and Everything from Fumble Incorporated. Wrapping it up for the band, it's Smoketown.
Supposed to have clean water, ain't never coming back. When It's not too late to save you. I might not see you again. It's not my fate to undo my mistakes from now and then. You're brave enough to get through every storm to find your zen. Thinking it might change you, that it could rearrange you. I need to leave this town. I'll pack my things and go. You said that you'd be down. How will I ever truly know? I need to leave this town. I'll pack my things and go. You said you'd come around. I didn't see you at the show. It's not too late to save you. I might not see you again. It's not my fate to undo my mistakes from now and then. Be brave enough to get through every storm to find your zen. Thinking it might change you, that it could rearrange you. It's not too late to save you. I might not see you again. It's not my fate to undo my mistakes from now and then. Be brave enough to get through every storm to find your zen. Thinking it might change you, that it could rearrange you.
That was Tenure by Deadfoot, our final band of Megaphone Local, this edition rather of Megaphone Local, wrapping it up for the show today. That was Tenure with Deadfoot. They are out of the north central Indianapolis area of Indiana. So big thanks to Deadfoot for having their music on the program. Up next is Profit by Deadfoot. But before we go, we're going to shout out every single one of these wonderful artists that we had on the program today, both being featured or playing rather at Fuchsia Fest 2025, and just some great local musicians in general. From the top, House and Home, Sign Language, I Hate It Too, 97 Flood, A Modest Proposal, Legally Sheila, Early Morning, Stella, Together in Dust, Shatterhand, Fumble Incorporated, and of course what you're about to hear is Profit from our final band, Deadfoot. A wonderful appreciation for all of these great local musicians for having their music on the program this week. Again, we're going to wrap it up with Profit by Deadfoot. Thanks for tuning in to Megaphone Local this week.